Good morning. We are live with the USFFL 2020 card set NFC, scratch that, AFC North preview. So jumping over to the AFC for a moment. Looking at the North. See the standings here. Baltimore finished 12-4. Pittsburgh finished 12-4. Baltimore and Cleveland at 11-5, Cincy 4-11. Yeah, Pittsburgh started out hot, ended on a down spell, but still pulled off the division. And Baltimore and Cleveland both made the playoffs. So 3 teams out of the playoffs, taking up 2 out of the 3 wild cards in the conference, came out of the AFC North. So a lot of power here, a lot of competitiveness. Cincinnati at the bottom was 4-11-1 as Burrow went down with injury about halfway through the season, a little less, and the team really tanked it after that. They were pretty competitive up to that point, though, and then when the backup QBs came in, they headed down. So should be an interesting one. We're going to start in alphabetical order here. We'll start with Baltimore, and those of us that. And all of us noticed Lamar Jackson's card last year. Well, this year, not quite the same. On the passing side, just not as effective a passer. Moved sort of to the middle of the pack, was up toward the top last year. And last year, of course, he had all the must-runs as well. This year, he has them, but just has fewer completions. So, flat pass, effective. There's better flat pass cards out there, but this is still a very effective card. Short pass is not what it was last year, but it's really hard to complain about it. Obviously, the must run, important factor. And it turns out that his must run is very chunky. So might be best in set 2 through 6 with 10 yards or more. And you see a 30 and a 50 and a 24, 2 through 4. So some big chunks, but then right down to 2. So a huge drop here, plus 10 to plus 2 at 7. So that's going to be a very, very hot or cold rushing card, obviously, on the must-runs, which is going to lead to hot and cold offenses. Long pass, guessed wrong, can do some damage. And Baltimore has a good running game. Guessed right, interceptions 2 through 8 on 11. But, you can pretty much throw this long pass without much fear. 1-score lead. There's going to be times where you'll hesitate, but for the most part, this is still a very workable long pass card and a very workable card overall in context of the whole offense. And then we look at the whole offense. Let's go to the halfbacks and look at our carries. First thing to look at. So we have 3 qualifiers here: 144, 134, and 72. So Edwards led the way with 144. Siak. Okay, you got to run Gus inside, that's for sure. And he's going to pick up some beautiful yards, guessed right off tackle, right there. 6, 7, 8. Look at that, 3, 4 as well. 10, 11. It's a really nice off tackle right card. No yards keyed. Guessed wrong, which is going to happen from time to time. It's not going to be exclusively guessed run defense. Jackson has enough to induce some pass calls for sure, high amount of them. So Gus will be able to run on this nice guessed wrong column a lot as well. So you almost see exclusively here off tackles. Very little reason to go to the line buck. Very little reason to go to the end run. Actually, no reason at all. Historically can't catch very well, but hey, he shows up in the long pass column here. So, and some nice guessed right flat pass receptions as well. So nice card there from Gus Edwards. Dobbins, second, right behind Edwards in carries. Biak will get him into the game a little bit more in certain situations. Obviously, not nearly as much as a guessed right force. So Strat is asking you to put Dobbins in on 3rd down. That's what they're asking you to do. And I assume that Jem will comply. Nice pops out here and end run. Could get some end of half running out of that. Or out of this with the 72 sitting here on 12. So it's a guessed wrong bonanza, but not much guessed right. Third qualifier is Mark Ingram. Great card last year. C. He's a C this year for Yak. And then running, he brings the most unspectacular card, that's for sure. But some decent guessed right in the middle of the card here, where in a pinch, you can bring him in, eat up some carries maybe in a non-critical 2nd and 1 situation, that sort of thing. 2nd and 2 might be a good time to take some pressure off the carries of the other guys and have Ingram show up. Not a very good column there. Fullback. Mark Andrews can line up at blocking back. That's a huge asset for the squad. He can make catches. He's a 5-run block at tight end. He's a 4-0 at blocking back. It doesn't bring me any blocking, but it does free up some more pass catchers now. Ricard, very good blocker, 6'5". You can also play tight end where he goes down to a 4. Ricard is not somebody you want to run. And not somebody you want to throw to either, but he can block, and that'll get him on the field. The receivers. Let's start at tight end. 58 catches for Andrews, and then Boyle comes in with a few. Boy, for as much as Boyle's on the field, it's not many catches. Andrews, very nice tight end card. Flat pass, about average for the starting group of tight ends, but short and long passes above average. And then let's take a look at Nick Boyle, who brings the 6 blocking. Not much there. Andrews Yak is a E, so not much in terms of Yak help. At split end, 58 catches for Marquise Brown, 33 for Snead. Yak of C for Marquise, and he can still go deep pretty effectively. So a very spotty card, but there's completions there. It's spotty as it is at all 3 levels. Snead. Yak of C. Not giving you the long pass that Snead usually gives you. So pretty weak card here. And then rounding out with 20 catches, Yak of C. Not much to see. At flanker, Miles Boykin. 19 catches. Not much there. So a below average wide receiver core for sure. Not going to add much help. Let's go to a local game here, and let's queue up Baltimore and Cincinnati. Hopefully. Baltimore. Let's see. All right, Baltimore's offensive line. If Andrews and Boyle give you that nice blocking at end, and then a 6-5 for Orlando Brown, 4-5, 4-5, 4-4, 4-3. So probably slightly above average line. Nothing spectacular here, but not bad. No major holes. A little concerned about that right tackle. DJ Fluker's pass blocking would be a concern depending on the matchup. So not a great offensive line at all, but there's worse out there too. Let's just take a quick look here at Lamar Jackson's snap fumble this year. Oh, did he just fumble? On our test of the snap fumble? No, it looks like Dobbins fumbled. So Lamar has a 1, so really nice there. I guess Dobbins 5.6 just came back to haunt him. That's slightly elevated, but not that bad for Dobbins. And that conveniently gets us over to the defense. So look at this defensive line here. 6, 5, 6. Not much pass rush, though. On the outside, let's get back here to the 3, 4. On the outside, Judon. Really nice. Patrick Queen. Hey, not so bad. LJ Fort, beautiful. And Pearl McPhee is not so bad. And I mean, they have some work, some stuff on the bench too, I believe. Even a 4 sitting on the bench. We'll take a look at that in a second. Maybe a 5. Defensive backfield, you got 2 great corners here. Marlon Humphrey, along with Marcus Peters. Peters from a 6 last year down to a 5. Chuck Clark, 5 passing, and Sean Elliott 4-5. So, not a perfect defensive backfield, but very solid for the set, no doubt about that. The ratings are good and average. So let's take a look at this good run D. This good run defense looks okay. Off tackle, you got some good linebackers to bring up to plug that hole. So you'll see that often. You sort of have to make the choice: defend the flats or defend those off tackles. No long 1 on 2 off tackle. Pass D. 2 through 5, 12 pick is so-so. The challenges wind up on the usual spots. This looks very average for a pass D all the way around. A couple completions here. No loss on 10 is kind of an issue, so a little weak in the flats. Over here, let's look at special. We've got a penalty against the Ravens on 7. Issue. Definite issue. So it looks like the Ravens will be on the wrong side of penalties this season, all things being equal. Kickoff return, good coverage there. Punt return, great coverage. Justin Tucker, very nice card per usual. 2 through 10 out long. 2 through 6 deep out to 38. Take that. Coke, 47 yards on 7, no block, only 14 yards though. Justin Tucker kicking off okay. Return game. Well, all right, we got a touchdown here on kickoff. That's a little bit of a helper. All right, I just want to see the bench on this defense here. Oh, got another fumble. Jeez, guys, come on. Who fumbled this one? Burrow did not fumble. The receiver fumbled. Burrows has a 4.3 snap fumble. It's going to be a project to take a look at the Ravens bench here. Okay. On the defensive line, any pass rush out there to come in? Oh. Did I just pick the formation? I didn't think I did. Okay. For the linebackers, Bowser's a 5 on the bench for against the run. Nice. And there you got a 12. So you got some pass rush on the bench to come in. So many options. Not any pass rush really. You can risk some reward and forget a little bit of a bonus, and he still holds a 4. So yeah, I mean, I like what a nice defense. I mean, not the best defense you ever seen, but nice D. That's one other thing here. We've got the fumble rating of 0 is great. Okay, so looking pretty clean. Let's move on to the Cincinnati Bengals, who came in last place in the division, distant 4th against the 3 playoff teams. But again, it was mostly because of an injury. So 403 pass attempts for Burrow. 403. You can go 1.5, so 604. So he could comfortably start all the games for Cincy, provided he doesn't get hurt. Let's take a look at the card. Okay. Good flat pass. Low INTs, first thing you're looking for. Short pass. Spotty, but good. Complete on 6 across the board. That's nice. Must run on 7. Does he get you any yards there? Sure. There's much better ones below average, but all right. And then deep, not much to see. So I haven't really examined this team, but I suspect that the running backs aren't very good. So in that context, is facing guest right most of the time. And you see the yak here on 6 and 7. Saw Cam Newton last night in a game that we broadcast where he didn't have the yak rating on 7. We talked about how helpful that is. Really helpful for Cam in that spot. It's maybe hurtful here for Burrow. But overall, good rookie card. If you're in draft league, this is a nice looking rookie card in the context of this offense with these runners. I guess we'll find out in just a second. He does bring an end run, although you won't be calling it much, I imagine. Let's go to halfback. Where are the carries? The carries are three backs. 3 backs qualify, so that's good news to start. Because of Mixon's injury, Bernard got most of the carries last year, or the plurality of the carries. He's a yak A, big help. Pass block of 4, that helps too. Let's take a look at the running card. That doesn't help at all. At all. At all. So, all right. Lineback, if you guess wrong, you're guessing pass with confidence, man, you're looking for this 5. You're looking for the 7. You don't mind if that 6 gets hit. I mean, there's just 5, 6, 7. You're okay with it. 4 through 7, you're okay with it. Off tackle, 2 yards on 6 and 8. You're okay with it if you're the defense guessing pass. And run wrong. 7 gets 2 yards. Yeah, I mean, there's little pops here and there, but this is -7 is going to discourage the Bengals coach from calling this that often. Bernard, good yak, not a very good card. 42 yards, however, on 12 guessed right. Helps. All right, let's go to Joe Mixon. Had a very good card last year. 3.6 average this year, probably not so good. Yak of B, let's see. Yeah. Gets a short gain here on 7. That's helpful versus what we see on Bernard anyway. But pays a little bit of a stiffer price for guessed right. So this is another problematic card overall. Looks like a little better receiver card than Bernard, but again, the yak B versus the A. And now, okay, we've got a 4.8 average here. The yak of B. We have some pop here. There's some pop. A little bit. Short gains on 10 across is nice. But not going to induce a ton of run calling. So it seems pretty clear that this team is going to face a lot of pass calling. Burrow's card is going to be tested. He's going to face, I can predict pretty easily here, he's probably going to face the highest guess pass percentage that we've seen so far in our previews. Let's go to receivers. 40 caught for Drew Sample at tight end. He wound up with a 5-run block, a yak of C. Can't go deep. Issue. Below average card. Split end. Couple good pass catchers on the squad here. So Tyler Boyd is one of them. 79 catches, 10.6. Yak of D. Well, you'd want more. You'd want more. It's a very average flat pass. Above average short pass, below average long pass. AJ Green wasn't around much last year, but still caught 47 balls. Yak of E. Okay, well, you like to see that 7 long pass. Like to see the 7 complete and fly pass right for 6 yards. It's a workable third wide receiver card for sure. Alex Erickson, just 12 catches, 11.6 average. Not expecting much here. Not going to get much. At flanker, Trey Higgins, 67 catches, average of 13.6, which is actually not so bad this year. Yak of C. Okay. All right. Sort of maybe the best overall card here. I guess it is when you piece it together. Get those long gains in there. Nice to see the long gains. Okay. Let's take a look now at the offensive line, which was just berated by the press last year. 0-5 there, not bad. 4-3, not good. 4-5, good. 4-4, okay. 4-4, okay. I mean, the way the press talked about him, you expected zeros across the board here. So, versus expectations, this is actually quite good. And in the back spring, Mixon is 3 and Bernard has 4. So the back spring is a little something too. Let's punt it away. And take a look at the D. All right, this time we'll looks like a 4-3 base. We'll look at the cards first. This time, Cincy is rated with a poor run defense and an average to poor pass defense. QB receiver fumble rating of 4. So sack fumbles are going to be a thing for this squad. Here is that poor run D with all 4s up front. You see short gains across the board, but no double short gains. Okay. Not so bad for poor. Not so great either. Pass defense graded up a little bit higher. Decent pick out here, 2 through 6 for the grade. No zeros in the backfield. There's also a 5 and a 6, so not so bad. Deep considering the grades. Long pass, one-man completion. It's all right. Really quite all right. 3 is a low percentage and an 11. Short pass, 5-6. Even the grade could be worse. A couple chunky completions here on the flats. -3 on 10. Let's look at the personnel. All 4s across here. Can we find any pass rush? A little bit. Carl Lawson. Anything on the bench? Not really. Linebackers. Any run help with these 4s? Absolutely none. Zeros for all of them. Jeez. There's a 4 pass rush on the bench. So this is contributing to that poor run defense or these linebackers' run ratings. They're not going to bring you much in support. Darius Phillips gets a 4 on one corner. William Jackson gets a 5. Von Bell, 4. And then the 6 for Jesse Bates, who's one of the best safeties in the league. So no pass rush, very little help with linebackers in terms of run support. Let's take a look at the specials. Penalties. Look about even. Kick return, fine. Punt return, fine. Field goal kicker, Randy Bullock. Good. Not great, but good. Oh, yeah, certainly very good. That's fine. Not bad at all. Very good. Very good. Randy Bullock, upper half. Looks fine for kicking off. Punting looks good enough. Alex Erickson not doing much on the punt return, and Brandon Wilson brings you a touchdown, some decent yards at kick return. Okay. That's Cincy. Some challenges. Let's move on to Cleveland. Baker Mayfield. Very difficult card to work with last year. Okay, we're back. I think we had an issue with our battery. Sorry about that. Okay, looks like we're rolling here. From Baker Mayfield. So Mayfield's card is probably not what you were hoping for if you're a Browns guy. Kind of the opposite of Joe Burrow. You're going to get a lot of run calls here. So you might be living off the guess wrong a bit. And that guess wrong, does it bring you enough? 2 through 6, and 12, long pass. Okay. You'd want something in here. You want something in the middle. You want an 8 or a 9 to be added to that 6. Short pass. All right, that's pretty good. 3 through 8. That 9 and 10 is going to frustrate you, though. Flat pass blank on 5. And then 10 also right. Lost a yard on 12. I don't know. Not a huge fan. Must run definitely below average. Issue. All those guest run calls are, here's why. B, yak, 5 pass block, and a great card. Keyed yardage. Decent enough guest right yardage line buck. I like those no gains. Much better than losses, of course, in the down to 1 yard line. Going to be facing guest right with some frequency. You'd like to see, something in here, a +3, a +4. It doesn't give you that anywhere, though. That's kind of an issue for Chubb. In that 6, 7, 8 range. Of course, that short gain on 8 is going to come up. And that's going to help move the chains, of course. Guess wrong, look out. This is the card that the defense will focus on, not Mayfield's. Pass receiving. Okay. Kareem Hunt. 198 rushing attempts. A lot of running here. Also not the best guess right runner, but gives you another short gain, 6'8", just like Chubb. Much less pop on the ends, but fine change of pace. Can go deep. Pretty good passing card. Another B yak, 4 pass block. Fullback, which is a 4-5 blocker. That's going to help. Tight end. 46 catches for Hooper. Boy, those are quiet catches. He didn't seem to do much last year. Yak of D. Not a very good card. Njoku. And Bryant. So Bryant with 24 catches, 5 pass block as a blocking back. Also not the best card. Njoku seems to come down with big catches all the time. Only caught 19 of them. Always seems to get injured as well. Nothing impressive on that card. So, Odell Beckham. Obviously got hurt. 23 catches. 13.9 average. Jacoby. Nice card. For what's going to be a 3rd or 4th wide receiver. 37 catches for Higgins with a 16.2 average. Yak. Let's see what that 16.2 turns out. Okay, well, pretty nice card. Short. Yards in here to pick up some 3rd and longs. Decent enough long. And then for Peoples-Jones, 14 catches. And plenty of long gains. So some specialist roles here for these guys who can get yards. And you see a not so good return card. But lots of long gains here. Okay, so Peoples-Jones will have a role. All these guys will have a role. Jarvis Landry. 72 catches. For just a normal flat pass column for 72 catches. Very nice short pass. Good enough long pass. So Landry's not a force, but a very solid card. Let's set up a new game here. Cleveland. And 2020 Pittsburgh. Figures. Lots of technical difficulties today. Okay. So, offensive line, 4-4, 6-7, 5-4, 6-3, 5-7. Really nice offensive line. One of the better ones in the game. And that blocking in the middle, 6-5-6 right there. Goal line situations, full house. Everybody's you got 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, and 5 at the end. You can also bring in a 5 blocker, a tight end if you want. So really nice situation there. Let's punt it away and take a look at the D. We can avoid a penalty. Okay. 4-3 defense. Cleveland rated good and very poor. So let's see, this good run D looks good. So you don't see the short gains. First thing you always look for. Low 15-yarder on 4 on off tackle and end run. Higher at linebucker. A pretty good run D. Especially with 3 5s or higher along the line. Pass. All right. Long pass, 1 man. It's okay. Seen worse. Long pass, no man. Seen worse too. Short pass. All right. Long gain, 11. Flat pass gives up 3 completions there. On 4, 5, 6. Okay. Myles Garrett brings pass rush. Gives you that 1 asterisk, though, which can disrupt your free safety from pass rushing sometimes, which is kind of annoying. Not much there. Sheldon Richardson, 5. And then Vernon. So Vernon with the 9. So there's pass rush along this D line. That's going to help with his quote-unquote poor pass D. Good contribution to run there. Goodson. Okay. Malcolm Smith. All right. Not much help, but at the right side here, you can put him into this off tackle range and help protect this zero defensive tackle. In the backfield, Carl Joseph, 4 at strong safety, 5, 5, and then 0. What is there on the bench? Claiborne, just some pass rush, nothing from the linebackers, and nothing from the defensive backfield. Let's take a look at the special teams. Okay, kick return, a little bit of problem. Punt return, definitely below average. Penalties are also pretty close to 50-50. It's all said and done. Field goals, 2 through 10 on your extra point, an issue for Parkey. 2 through 8 out to the 32, through 8, 12 out to the 32, and not good deep, so below average kicking. Punting is pretty good. And nothing from your returners. Okay, Cleveland. You have your issues. You're going to make the playoffs and compete with the KC? I don't know about that. Last is the division winner, Pittsburgh. So easy to forget they won this thing. Who was throwing the ball? Well, look at that. Big Ben, 608. And how do you look? Well, all right. Pretty decent card for Ben. 7 across the board on short pass. 6, 7 flat pass double teamed. Long pass, 9. Low enough INTs to not hurt you. Okay. Must run on 12. Not going to happen often. He's not going to do much when he does. So that's a decent passing card. How about the running game? 162 guys here. 169 carries for Connor, and then Snell with 111. Connor's 4.3 average. B-Yak. Not much to see. Issue. Snell, 3.3 average. Even worse. B-Yak. Not much to see. Issue. All right, Ben. You're going to be facing a lot of guess right situations. That seems clear. At tight end, Ebron came over, caught some big balls, 5 touchdowns. D-Yak, 5 run block. Card at best. Okay. Receivers, where this team has traditionally excelled. Deontay Johnson with 88 catches. Let's take a look. 10.5 average. Pretty good card. Pretty good card. No long gains, but nice flat pass. Pretty good short pass. Pretty good long pass. Chase Claypool, 13.9 average. Gives you a little more yards. Yak of C. Here's some long gains. Decent enough flat. Good enough short. Very nice long with that long gain. Chase Claypool looks good too. So 2 good receivers. Neither great, but both good. 97 catches for Smith-Schuster. Average of only 8.6. A Yak of C. Probably the 3rd card you take among these receivers. And catch him 3rd and short for you. Hopefully get you a first down or 2, but not a deep threat. Let's go to the offensive line. What's protecting Ben? Well, you got a 4-7, a 4-7, 6-7, 5-7, 0-5. Pass blocking right up there with the best. Not bad run blocking either. Ben has a 3.1 snap fumble. So that's fine. Let's take a look at Mayfield, 5.1. Slightly elevated, but not a big deal. All right. Let's take a look at the D. 3-4. Strong across the front. Weaker linebackers, it seems. Good defensive backfield. Pittsburgh is rated good on the run, good to excellent pass. That's the best ratings in the division. 2 off tackles. Short gains there. So inviting the linebackers upward. Pass 2 through 8 deep 1-man. Pick is nice. 2 through 6, 11, 12, 4-man. Pretty good. Overall, that long pass 1-man, that interception is what really saves it. Same thing, 0-man. 2 through 6, not bad. But you got some gainers in there. You can't just abandon the zone wherever you want. Short pass, the 6 is blank. So that's important. Haven't seen much of that. Flat pass, blank on 4-5. 4 yards on 6. -4 on 10. So pretty good. Another 2-12. Interception, flat pass, 1-man. Haven't seen that elevated very often. Taking a look at the defensive ratings. Got some pass rush on the left end. TJ Watt. Plenty. Vince Williams. So you got an issue here. That linebacker you move up to the strong side, to the weak side, is going to be a 0. And the strong side is only a 4 to protect that off tackle. There's a 5 from Dupree. He can protect the weak side a little bit better off tackle. And he gives you that pass rush of 11. So lots of pass rush here. You have 3 guys over 10. 1 on the line. Hayden picks up the 5 again. Nelson a 4. Evans 5-4, and then of course Minka 6-6. So we have a pretty good squad here. I mean, the issue is the running game. That is the issue. take a look at special teams. The lack of balance, will that cost Pittsburgh the division? Kick return's fine. Punt return, not great, but okay. Boswell, 2 through 9, 12, and then 2 through 4, out to the 42. Okay. 2 through 10 extra point. Boswell's a +2 there on 7. Good punting, good enough anyway. Returning for Ray McLeod, nothing to really write home about. And then once again on the fumble, a 0. That's helpful. By the way, for Cleveland, also a 0. So that wraps it up. Let's take a look at the division again, from where the standings said these guys will be. Pittsburgh 12-4, Baltimore 11-5. Well, I mean, obviously it takes a closer examination of the schedule to get to that level of prediction, but just stacking these guys up against each other, if it was exclusively a round robin among the division, where would we put them? Well, I think what you have here is the most balanced offense belongs to Baltimore. They've got running, and they've got enough passing to overshadow Pittsburgh's rushing weakness and Cleveland's passing weakness. The question is, how good is that defense? Average against the pass. Let's see if I can find the run. Against the run, they're good. So there's enough defense there. Maybe not enough pass rush. But Baltimore might have the slight edge here. Just finished the game out. Pittsburgh, lack of running game is going to hurt Ben. He's going to be going guest pass a lot of the time. And that can wear on you. Pick guessed right is 2 through 3, 12 on flat pass, 2 through 6 on short pass, and 2 through 8, 11, 12 long. And also wear on your receivers. The apparent receiver advantage they have dissipates when it's guessed right all the time. Third seems clearly to me Cleveland, but that can be turned around. The running card of Nick Chubb is just a little too chunky to really carry them to victory. They're going to have to find a way to just get a lot of guessed wrong big gainers off of Mayfield's card. Cincinnati is not with 3 above them. Cincinnati has less chance to make a run at this, having to deal with 3 strong competitors. But 4-11-1. COY, is it in play? Sure. Burrow's card is good enough for a 4-11-1 team to put the coach of the year tourney in play. Well, that wraps up the AFC North. Thanks for sticking with us through the technical challenges, and we'll see you again soon.